Hajimemashite. So we're going to reverse back a little bit and start talking and talk a little bit more about music theory. I'm going to show you guys how to break down a piece and learn a piece step by step. Right here, okay? Maybe two measures, so two measures or two lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 measures in total, but two lines. I'm going to break down and show you. And this is the Piano Concerto No. 1 in B flat minor. Peanut's side. So we first talk about the key signature, right? Treble clef, bass clef. I've spoken about this before. Key signature is 3/4. 3 beats in the bar, or 3 beats in a measure. In a bar would be an American phrase. Measure would be used more specifically in European context. And then fortissimo means extra loud. FF means fortissimo. The first note we're starting on is an E. I'll send some links to where you can learn basic notes from the K. Okay, we're just going to do the right hand. So it's E, C, B natural, A. Okay, and then let's see if I can show it. Let's move it down here. And this is lower than, this is going to be lower than, this is closer to the middle C. This is middle C. Okay. And as you get along with learning how to read music, you'll identify what these are. So, that's the right hand. So you're going to break them down by learning individual notes at a time. The only way to do this is to actually understand how to read these notes, and then work on, for instance, C major. So there's a whole process. So you're going to basically understand, and you can even write some of the notes down. So if you need to write E, C, and B, and use your sheet music, the scale charts that I have written down, even if you don't have my ones, you can get scale charts on Amazon, which I've already linked down to some of the books that you could probably get for that. Use those as your guideline at the beginning. I do not recommend just diving into a piece. I would recommend beginning with something really simple. Even Teaching Little Fingers How to Play, which is a book that I think I've recommended for beginners. Start with that and then build up. I have other books that you guys can look at. If there is an interest, I do recommend taking classes if you're focusing on the musical. So B flat minor. They've written it like, they've written it in A minor. And then the recommendation is to learn the actual scale that the actual piece is in first before you dive into the actual piece, so you can understand where it's being placed and how your fingers are going to be playing it, and familiarizing yourself with the sound. So even though it says B flat minor, it starts as an A minor. B flat minor sounds like this. Okay. Yeah, it starts on A minor. Start with the treble clef and the bass clef separately. I don't recommend, unless you're sight reading and you have like an exam, then you have to know to play both hands together for that examination, because Music is all about exams, right? To get into college, you would have to take those exams, and then you'd have to be absolutely perfect for understanding the scales and sight reading. Two very important things. If you're not going to do like the university process, then, you know, I mean, I still think it's recommendable to write the notes in. I do that all the time with my students, and it's helped them immensely. And they thank me every time they come across a question and they don't understand it. They always say writing the music down in the notes actually helped them learn the piece. Yeah, it does. If it's not going to be used for a sight reading purpose. Whole thing. Like, I recommend writing the notes in treble clef, bass clef. You're going to write the notes in, right? First learn the right hand, then the left hand. Then separate the measures. Make sure that you're learning the measures one measure at a time. Don't try to learn the whole page at once. Focus on one section at a time. Just like reading, if you're learning how to read a book or learning how to write words, you break the words down. The same thing applies for music. You break the notes down for learning a piece. So that's the general talk. Beyonce is supposed to be coming over to our area, I think in Baltimore, either today or tomorrow for her Renaissance performance show event. And we're not going to be going. We just didn't get tickets. And yeah, I hope that it should be fun, I suppose. I suppose I'll be seeing a couple of clips and footages throughout the whole of the internet once it has happened or it's happening. So yeah, hip hop and R&B. For me, I'm not a hip hop and R&B singer. I definitely am more classically trained with voice. So yeah, that's just how I see it. I know a lot of people are very into the hip hop and R&B. I do think going back to the basics is important. And there's honestly a limitation in how much I can actually show people as music related stuff from other people's music, because YouTube definitely does have copyright rules, very strict for people who are just starting off on YouTube. I'm sure it's like that for any place. Facebook's the same. So I will start getting back into this track. I must finish this track. If you guys want to continue watching me do the rest of the piece, that's fine. Please let me know what you guys are interested in watching. There's only so much I can give you guys about music production unless it's implemented and you have questions to ask me, and then I can answer the questions on a professional level when it comes down to what people want to know. And yeah, setting up a studio space, sure. I'm still having to put this in. I'm a little hesitant to do it just yet. The new Rode, and then switching it into the Yamaha because it's already pre-set up and I want to finish some tracks first before I do that. But the portability will be happening soon as a Yamaha AG06 for a MIDI. Things can start happening when you start moving and traveling, and I'll be using my Spark mic for that purpose. So that will be my portable mic for travel. I have my sound shield, which I'll use for also the portable thing. I don't think, like, you'd have to record the vocals separately, basically. You'd still do the tracks in the background, you'd still put the instruments down, and then the vocals, honestly, the vocals always come on last, because that's when you have to have the dead silence and you need to have the headphones working properly and all that stuff for that particular purpose. Yeah. Breaking down a piece, I'll just use this one again. This is in F major, and you can spot them. You can start spotting what the key signatures are in the front. Like I said, the F major, the note, the flats or the sharps, depending on what it is, will tell you what the key signature is. Treble clef, bass clef, you want to talk about breaking down the measures. Learn one measure at a time. First the right hand, then the left hand, then consider putting both together. So like I said, I can only play bits and pieces because this will definitely be flagged. I know that if I played the whole entire song from here, the musician, the producer, and the composer is still alive today, and this would be definitely flagged 100%. So the Snoopy, Charlie Brown stuff, I'm trying very hard not to. I don't think our copyright, all rights, yeah, it says international copyright secured. So that means that is a no-go. Like, something I wouldn't dare touch would be playing this whole thing correctly. Okay. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll print out the one that I composed, and then I can break that one down as an example. I think I'll do that next time. So I'm going to print out the one that I composed on here for everybody to see, the classical piece, and then we can break down how to learn that piece one section at a time. That's a good one. So the next video will be about breaking down the piece that I've composed on the GarageBand one. I'll print it out, and then we can practice working on that, and then I can show you that part. So that's a good example. So that's a good place to start, is that you can use the pieces that I've kind of worked on as the practice mode. Arigatou gozaimashita. Please like and subscribe. I'll put some links down of music theory that I've worked on with everybody on prior videos. Please send some messages on what it is you'd like to work on specifically. There's only so much I can actually do unless people open up and ask about questions, like things that they're really specifically interested in. Then I can go into that more thoroughly. Arigatou gozaimashita. Sayonara, and then mata ne. And I will see you guys in the next one.